If your child comes home, there are times that I need to talk to Jaden about something, and I walk into his room and I look at his face and I switch the conversation to something completely different, because I know right now he is not in the receptive mode to understand what I'm talking about. So you have to find timing. Timing is extremely important. If you're going to do communication and compromise, you have to have timing. Things have to be timed properly. You can't just be like, I'm mad, so fuck the world. You can't do that. If you're sovereign and you know and you're strategic and you're playing chess instead of checkers or some weird shit, you know that everything is a strategic move and everything is timing. And the same thing comes with the people around you. Same thing with your business partner. If you know your business partner is going through a divorce, that's not the time for you to be like, oh, I think we need to restructure the business. What the fuck are you doing? Unless you are like tanking and you're like, okay, dude, I understand. And that's how you preface it. Dude, I know. I know shit is rough right now, but we got to handle this. You understand? That's how you talk to someone. You understand? If it's and it has to be something that has to be taken care of right now. If you see that that person is not okay, whatever you bring to them, it needs to be handled right then and there. If not, something bad is going to happen. That's the only time you bring something like that to that person. And that I'm not talking about your emotions and how you feel, because you can take care of those. You can go do something the fuck else. You understand? Because you're not going to get, I'm telling you from my own experience, you are not going to get from that person the compromise and communication that you need. You are going to get the panicked, stressed out, fucking drowning, tortured person instead of the person who's open, who's prepared to compromise. People have to be prepared to compromise and communicate. People have to be prepared. They have to be prepared. You can't just pop in and be like, okay, we're going to talk about this right now. You have to see and gauge what they are. If you go to your partner or your person and you say to them, hey, I need to talk about something that I'm having trouble with. The other person, and this is, I told you I was on both sides. The other person needs to be like, I am not in the right headspace right now. You have to be like, I am not in the right headspace right now. I would love to hear what you need and what's going on with you. I'm not in the right place right now to receive that from you. And I don't want to fuck this up. That's exact you. That is not, maybe not verbatim, but being in a relationship, in any type of relationship with me, that's what I would say to you. I'd be like, I am not okay right now. And I think I've said that to a couple of people. I'm not in the right headspace right now to have this conversation. I can't do this with you right now because you're not going to get the best of me. And that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for any type of partner, whether it be a friend, whether it be a lover, whether it be whatever, my children, when I am not okay, you have to be able to allow me to be like, right now it's not the time. When I need to talk to you about something, you need to tell me, Keisha, this is really not the time for me right now. Let's come back to it. But you have to remember one thing, especially with me, you need to come back to it. I'll give you a day or two to get whatever together that you need, but I'm not going to sit there forever with the shit that I need to do because it's affecting my life. Does that make sense to you? There's a lot of caveats and canyons and dips and shit and all this other stuff. Does that make sense? So it's like you have to be careful with the peaks and the valleys because you could trip over a rock and bust your head open if you don't do this properly. But what I want and what I'm teaching you guys right now is that we need to start to communicate and compromise instead of trying to win an argument. Trying to win an argument, you're just trying to shut the person down. You're just trying to shut the person up. You're not trying to understand anything. You just want your way and you don't care about what the other person's way is. That is not companionship. That is not friendship. That is not love. You understand? In everything, you must seek peace. If you come into a discussion, that's what needs to be done. peace and compromise. Communication. What do you need? What do I need? How do I get my needs met and your needs met?